On June of 2021, a woman posted a set of Ring camera videos to the internet. She explained how her mother had recently installed 2 Ring cameras around their house. On one of the first few nights of having the cameras, her phone would get spammed with motion-detected notifications. She reviewed them, and this is what she saw. Some man was walking around the outside of the house. Something she picked up on almost right away was how easily he was doing it, as if he already knew the exact layout of the outside of the house. She worried this wasn't his first time. He would walk around, looking in different windows, which included hers. Seeing this, she called the cops and reported it. They later showed up, but by that time, the guy was gone. There wasn't much they could do. They basically just told her to keep her blinds, curtains, and windows closed at all times. She rightfully worried he might show up again, so she set up a trap of swords outside her window. She strung a piece of rope between 2 trees, hoping the man wouldn't see it and would trip over it. Making a lot of noise and alerting her to his presence. Disturbingly, exactly a week later at 2 a.m., she would hear someone trip over the rope. Immediately, she pulled out her phone and opened the live camera feed. Standing directly outside of her window, looking in, was the same man from before. After she saw this footage, she went up to her mother's room and told her about the man. The 2 of them went back to the window, opened the curtains, and started banging on the glass to scare the man off. They called the police, but once again, when they arrived, the man was gone. The woman and her mother ended up moving to a new house. They never heard anything more from the police, leaving them to believe that he was never caught. 10-year-old Graydon Downland is a kid from Riverton, Utah. It was around 6 p.m. on a night in December, and he was alone, walking home from basketball practice. At some point during his walk, he noticed a 4-door sedan driven by 2 men slowly lurking around behind him. Graydon said he started walking faster when he saw it. Then, the car drove up right next to him. The men inside rolled down their windows, offering candy in the back seat, trying to entice him inside. This happened only blocks away from his house. He ignored the men and only started to walk even faster away from them. A few seconds passed, and he made it to his house's front porch. His family's house had a doorbell camera, and as Graydon approached, you're actually able to see the car in the background. He continued to look over at it as he walked up to the front door. He tried the front door handle but realized it was locked.
Mom! Dad! Go away!
At the exact same time, the car's reverse lights turned on, and it started heading towards him, and quickly grabbed nearby rocks to defend himself. He then ran to his next-door neighbor's house. Their door was unlocked, so he let himself in and immediately locked it behind him. The car can then be seen turning around and following him for the next several minutes. The car looks around the area, waiting for Graydon to come back outside. Police were called, and a report was made. Graydon described the men as being in their 30s or 40s with no facial hair. Both Graydon's family and the police have almost no doubt in believing the men were trying to kidnap him that night. A man from Fresno has shared the following footage. Apparently, his wife's camera sent out a motion alert to his phone, and something was moving outside in the backyard. At the same time, this thing was captured. He speculates that it might have been the Fresno nightcrawler that is said to roam this particular area. What do you think? Could this be the Fresno nightcrawler? These two clips were likely from the whole clown epidemic. In this first clip, someone is dressed as a clown holding a small sword and lurking around by the front door for a bit, then running off after ringing the doorbell. Same in this next clip. Someone dressed as a clown can be seen standing in the distance looking at the front door. After a while, he approaches the door. He stares into the doorbell camera for a few seconds and walks away. Either these were pranks meant to scare the homeowners or not. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't open my door to these clowns. The uploader of this video tells us that he received an alert on his phone, stating that his doorbell camera had detected a person standing in front of his store. It was already after midnight. He then observed the following on his camera. In his opinion, this was not a trick of the light or a bug of any sorts, as he had never seen anything like it. He believes that maybe a ghost was visiting him that night. This homeowner's camera captured two suspicious men pulling up in their driveway and waiting outside their front door. The one on the left quickly notices the camera, and the two flee. But not even 15 minutes later, the two pull up into the homeowner's driveway again, having apparently decided they'd go through with a break-in anyway. This time, one of them immediately attempts to kick the door down, but the homeowner is ready this time and speaks through the doorbell speaker, claiming the police are on their way, scaring the two off for good this time. One night, the family got disturbed by a stranger on their porch. He seemingly tried to force his way into the house. Unfortunately, it is unknown if the police got a hold of him. But what's even more unsettling are his wide eyes that don't appear fully human.